This is awesome. A $2,000 fourth stimulus check, and guess what? If you are running low on cash, it might be just the perfect timing, the perfect recipe for another round of stimulus checks. But behind the scenes on the government side, it looks like a delicate balance between our savings and how much stimulus check the economy requires. I got all the details, everything you need to know, right here in this video. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so today in this video, we will be taking a look at the report, which is actually showing some metrics that we need to watch very closely, as it gives an indication as to when more of the stimulus check is needed. According to what they are talking about, when we are hungry for cash, we are more likely to spend that money, turbocharging the economy like never before. So that's when stimulus checks become really important. Today, I have got some exciting news to share with you. News that could mean a $2,000 fourth stimulus check on the horizon. Yep, you heard it right. Stick around as I break down all the juicy details, because we just got a new report released. I'll be walking you through the report and what you need to know, and going to explain all the details. So without further ado, let's dive into all the details. However guys, before we start this video, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, subscribe to our channel if you like this topic. And with that being said, let's jump right into all the details. Alright guys, so let me reveal all the details about the crucial metric that everybody is talking about. Everybody's attention is focused on this single important factor. This metric is like a crystal ball of stability. This will give us a sneak peek into what might be on the horizon regarding the stimulus check, what might be heading into our bank accounts, and guess what? It is indicating that we could be looking for some significant financial assistance in the not-so-distant future. When the supply of our savings dwindles down, the demand for the stimulus check truly skyrockets, and that's where the real economic drama unfolds. However guys, before we get into the nitty-gritty details, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on all the bell notifications, and let's get right into all the details. So let me break down all the details of this new report. When consumers don't have money to spend, guess what? Guess who takes the hit? Yeah, it's the businesses. If you are not buying their products or services, their profits will nosedive, and it's like a domino effect. We're talking about layoffs, people start cutting their inventory, people start laying off employees, and a whole lot of financial chaos starts to happen. Essentially, it all leads down to big chaos that will affect the entire economic picture. And that's, my friend, a key metric, a big deal. A delicate dance between our wallets, stimulus checks, and the economy. Talking about the new details regarding the stimulus check economic indicators. Now imagine this report as our financial compass guiding us on where more stimulus checks might be needed. Think of it as a countdown, not years, not many months, but we are talking about a few months or so. So it's that early. We could be looking at a substantial injection of funds that could happen. Now, stick around till then as I explain all the details, which will make sense. This report is like a financial compass. It's like a GPS for our financial details. It's like peeking into our wallets and seeing how much money we have, and predicting when we might need a little extra boost, an extra stimulus check. And here is the kicker. The report hails from the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco. These folks keep a watchful eye on the economic gears that keep our nation going. And here's the thing guys. Back in August 2021, Americans were sitting on a massive pile of cash. Yes, we are talking about a staggering $2.1 trillion in savings. That's a lot of money. But that is where the twist comes in. We had no clue that we were sitting on such a massive amount of cash, basically tons and tons of cash, basically trillions of dollars. But you know what? They know that fact. They have got their eyes on our financial moves, tracking every little dollar. Sneaky, right? But picture this, a couple of months ago, that $2.1 trillion had transformed into a mere $500 billion, a big drop, a big drop, no doubt. Now, here's where things get really interesting. While it might seem alarming that our savings have dwindled down, it's actually music to the ears of those watching the economic symphony. They are like conductors orchestrating the movement of cash to achieve a bigger goal. But here is where the twist comes in. They basically want us to have less money stashed away. It's like they are saying, hey, don't keep all that cash to yourself. Go spend it right here in the economy. They believe that too much saving can lead to some not so cool stuff like inflation, and nobody definitely wants that. So here is the thing. They are strategically pulling the money out of our pockets to keep the economic machine running without any worries. Running without any concerns. But hold on, brace yourself, because they are now projecting that we might run out of cash very soon, like between now and the end of the year or early next year. That's when we are talking about, yes, that's right, we could be facing an empty wallet scenario, and you know what that exactly means. Yes, you guessed it right, more stimulus checks might be in order. So you might be asking, what's the big deal right over here? What's about having less money in our accounts? Well, it all comes back to a dance between us, our wallets, and the economy. You see, when we are financially strapped, a stimulus check becomes a lifeline. It's like offering a starving person a healthy meal that he needs the most. We are likely to spend it right away when we receive those stimulus checks. It's pretty simple, which in turn gives the economy a much-needed required boost. Now, before you start picturing various scenarios regarding this, let me tell you this. This isn't about conspiracy theories or political agendas. It's about understanding how the economy exactly works and how our spending patterns impact the grand scheme of things in the economy. Let's fast forward to today. They are keeping a watchful eye on how much money we have left, and $500 billion to be precise, that's the exact amount we have got. That might sound like a lot of money, but when you spread it across the entire nation, basically it clearly indicates that if a nation has got $500 billion in savings, it's not as high as it seems. And guess what? If you are low on cash, it might be just the perfect amount of timing, the perfect recipe for another round of stimulus checks. But behind the scenes on the government side, it looks like a delicate balance between our savings and how much stimulus check the economy requires. You know what? A stimulus check is also known as quantitative easing. It's like sending a quantitative amount of money into the economy to stimulate the economy. It's like having a financial puzzle. And every piece of the puzzle plays a crucial role in keeping the gears turning for the economy to run smoothly. And remember, guys, though it isn't a crystal ball prediction, it's clearly a glimpse into the economic factors which can guide us for better future decisions. It's a real head-scratcher, but bear with me, there is method to the madness. You see, at the heart of this financial party, if you talk about the financial grand scheme of things, you know what? Cash right now in our pockets is very, very low. And the masterminds behind the scenes, when they see people are spending less money, the economy is running very, very slow, practically running out of cash. Guess what? All it boils down to is something called inflation. Now, before you start thinking we are caught in some kind of twisted economic web, let me break down the idea of what it exactly means. Now, the idea here is pretty simple. If you have less money to spend, we can't drive the prices up. And that's their secret weapon against inflation. Sneaky, right? Now, it's like a quirky game where the rules are set up to keep our wallets slim. Pretty clever mechanism. But hold on to your hats, because they have predicted that it's just a matter of a few short months that our $500 billion will totally vanish away like a fog. And you know how money vanishes from your bank account? Just gets spent so much quickly. So out of this grand scheme of disappearing acts, we are looking at an economy with seriously shallow pockets. And that's where the plot thickens. Now, here is where the real magic happens. When the good old American consumers are running low on cash, guess what? Stimulus checks become a whole lot more effective. You see, when people have tons and tons of savings, sending out stimulus checks in that scenario won't be as effective as we are talking about the current situation. Stimulus checks become a whole lot more sensible, a lot more effective in these kinds of scenarios. So let's rewind a bit back to August 2021 when we had a whopping $2.1 trillion in savings. Imagine if they had handed out stimulus checks back then. Well, the impact would have been a gentle breeze because we were already sitting on a mountain of cash. We had tons and tons of money. Stimulus checks wouldn't have caused such a significant impact. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Fast forward to the time when our wallets are running low on money. The stage is set and they swoop in with those stimulus checks to see some excitement. Basically, we are like at the candy store, hungry for some spending action. It's like going from a buffet of endless options to a single plate of goodness. When we are hungry for cash, we are more likely to spend that money, turbocharging the economy like never before. So that's when stimulus checks become really, really important, as consumers will likely spend that cash into the economy very rapidly. Think of it as a finely crafted dance for our spending patterns and economic symphony. You see, when people are ready to spend and need the money, that's when the stimulus checks are sent out into the economy. The third important factor is when the economy really needs the money, and that's when stimulus checks become really important. When we are financially well, stimulus checks barely make a dent, barely make a ripple effect into the economy. But when we are truly, truly hungry for the cash, it's like a feast for the economy, and the impact of those stimulus checks will be felt significantly. So that's where the key takeaway is. It's like a classic case of supply and demand, but with a twist. When the supply of our savings dwindles down, the demand for the stimulus check truly skyrockets, and that's where the real economic drama unfolds. But hold on, the story doesn't end there. When consumers find themselves with empty pockets, something fascinating happens. It's like inflation takes a nosedive, and less money chasing the same goods means prices might just settle down a bit. Now, don't get too excited, as we are not talking about prices plummeting, but rather finding a more stable ground. But wait, there is a twist in this twist. When consumers don't have money to spend, guess what? Guess who takes the hit? Yeah, it's the businesses. If you are not buying their products or services, their profits will nosedive, and it's like a domino effect. We're talking about layoffs, people start cutting their inventory, people start laying off employees, and a whole lot of financial chaos starts to happen. Essentially, it all leads down to big chaos that will affect the entire economic picture. And that's, my friend, a key metric, a big deal. A delicate dance between our wallets, stimulus checks, and the economy. So keep an eye on those important savings, because here's the thing. When they dwindle down, the stimulus checks come marching in right on the horizon, ready to shake up things. Now, if you found this intriguing, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to our channel. But as of right now, no fourth stimulus check has been approved. Once we get any latest details, I'll keep you posted. So make sure to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe. This is Kadar from How to Guys. See you in the next video.